Many professionals believe burnout happens because they're not managing their time well, so they try to fix it. They plan better, they organize their calendars, they create focus blocks, they attempt to work more intentionally. And yet, the exhaustion often remains. Sometimes it even feels worse. Not because focus is unhelpful, but because burnout is rarely just a focus problem. Burnout has a way of persisting even when productivity improves, even when distractions are reduced, even when the structure looks right on the surface. And this can feel deeply confusing. Because logically, better focus should create relief. But psychologically, burnout operates on more layers than efficiency alone can reach. Most people associate burnout with long hours and heavy workloads. But many professionals experience burnout even when their schedule looks manageable, even when they're technically working smarter. This is because burnout isn't simply about how much you work. It's about how your nervous system experiences your work. Sustained pressure, constant cognitive demand, emotional labor, mental switching. These accumulate quietly over time. And unlike fatigue, burnout doesn't resolve quickly with short-term changes. Improving focus can help reduce friction, but burnout often lives deeper than friction. It lives in depletion, in the slow draining of mental and emotional energy that focus strategies alone cannot fully restore. Another misunderstanding is the belief that burnout is caused by doing too little recovery. So people attempt to optimize rest, better routines, better boundaries, better productivity systems. But burnout is rarely reversed by isolated improvements. Because burnout isn't just exhaustion, it's disconnection. A sense that effort continues while internal resources fail to replenish. When someone is burnt out, even focused work can feel heavy. Even productive days can feel strangely empty. Because the issue is no longer just performance, it's energy regulation, meaning, emotional load. There's also a paradox many professionals experience. The more burnt out they feel, the more they try to regain control. Through structure, through discipline, through tighter scheduling. But burnout often resists control-based solutions, because burnout itself is frequently the result of prolonged internal pressure. Trying harder inside burnout can unintentionally deepen it. Not because discipline is harmful, but because burnout is not a problem of insufficient effort. It's a signal of unsustainable strain. This is why burnout can persist even when focus improves, even when productivity rises, even when the external system appears optimized. Because burnout isn't asking for better performance, it's asking for restoration at a deeper psychological level. And that restoration rarely looks dramatic. It often begins with understanding, with removing self-blame, with recognizing that burnout is not a failure of discipline, but a human response to chronic cognitive and emotional demand. For many professionals, burnout doesn't persist because they're doing something wrong. It persists because they're trying to solve a nervous system problem with a productivity solution. And once that distinction becomes visible, something subtle begins to shift. Pressure softens. Self-judgment reduces. Energy slowly stabilizes. Not because the workload vanishes, but because the internal experience changes. And for many people, this exhaustion doesn't stay contained to workdays. It often follows them into weekends, where rest doesn't feel as restorative as expected. If that experience feels familiar, you may find this video on feeling drained even on weekends quietly relatable.